Topic. Ba-ba-da. What's up on YouTube? I'm trying to. So it's like all these like little extra things to do when I set up on both sides. But the stream is starting. Drawing and chatting. Okay, starting the Discord stage as well. But what is up? Everybody's starting to catch up. I had like totally different plans for today. 100% different plans for today. But what had happened is that I originally I wanted to do. It's so funny when I plan out streams because I usually schedule them like at least like a week or two in advance. I have an idea if I'm going to be doing a stream, right? So, you know, I'm like, all right, maybe I'll do a follow-up to like the dorm stream, or maybe I'm gonna do a follow-up to maybe like a different stream or do something else. But then sometimes, you know, maybe like something new happens. So for instance, there was the CBT update, or there's been a lot of recent Fenrir updates. So I was like, oh, maybe I'm gonna check out the Fenrir update, right? So I was thinking about doing that. And because there's been a couple of changes to him, and you know, it's kind of like, it was kind of like nice motivation because I haven't really taken the time myself to make time for it. So so I was thinking about, you know, motivating myself to get that done today. So I was trying to get together and get that done, and maybe check them out on CBT today. But apparently CBT is in maintenance mode. I think they're doing some very major updates. Looks like CBT is still in maintenance for, I think, some of their novice server stuff, and I think for some updates. I think it's the final update to the Tears of the Tyrant map, which apparently I think includes a couple of new maps, like I think the Jupros map is being updated. There's 2 new maps, including new MVPs and stuff. So we haven't been able to see anything yet, because it still hasn't been available to check out, unfortunately. So I was hoping to do that tonight, but that plan did not work out. The original plan did not work out. So my backup plan was to at least maybe get a little more drawing in. So that's what we're gonna do today. So for the end of season, we had another raffle. And one of the other players that won was called Cocoa Pudding, so we're going to be doing another little avatar thing for Cocoa Pudding today. So that's what we're going to be working on, and you know, just talking about you know, some ROM stuff. We could talk about patch notes and the latest updates. If anyone has any questions, just feel free to ask, whether you're over on YouTube or over in Discord. You know, I'll keep an eye on both chats. So, you know, as far as that goes. If you are on the Discord side, if you have any questions, you know, that if you ask about like gear or anything, you can also share any like screenshots or anything like that. As far as that goes, that's always helpful. And all that jazz. And Cocoa Pudding's avatar is super duper cute. And it's also a little easier. I think last time I had a problem with also speed because when I'm messing like with my avatar on the screen. It's difficult to sort of be messing with my stuff at the, oh my gosh, I'm fighting with this thing now. Everything was working fine earlier. Everything was working fine in the tech test earlier. I think it's working fine. So I thought it might be easier if I was using my graphic tablet, sort of like this, and see how that works out instead, and all that sort of stuff. So yes, I'm going to be using another one of these bases by Mifurin again. So I figured I would put also the watermark credit at the start, and we can take that off. I think I added the links to it last time at the end of last stream as well. If you're also an artist, or maybe you're interested, you know, working off bases is, you know, sometimes a little easier if... What's up, computer? What now? It's sometimes a little easier. Instead of working off scratch, you know, from scratch at times. Computer just doesn't like me. Like, if I move this, gonna move in OBS or not? It's a good question. I think it's okay. I think it's alright. But it's nice to do something different. Oh yeah, but the avatars I did last time, I put them in the thumbnail, but I totally forgot I should just open them up. I totally forgot. I totally forgot. Does that open up? No, okay. So if you were here last time... No, don't... Oh my gosh. So here was the finished versions of the avatars that we were working on last time. Very slowly. That we're working on last time, very slowly, but we did get through it. I remember I was talking about adding some, you know, some of the details behind, like, the loading symbols. That's what I did. I added a few little thingies behind there. You know, added some of the eye details for the avatar as planned. Added little chibi wings, and it came out really cute. I was actually pretty happy with how Jodi's actually came out, and Toshi's also came out super duper cute. You know, and also with both of them, I added the details of the eyes. You know, because with the original bases, they have their own eye highlights, and I decided to just kind of forego them. And then just, you know, went with my own thing going on, you know, to use the, what would you call it? You know, the avatar bases to kind of work off those. So, you know, use the, how do you say, the RO design bases for the eyes and work off that. This is actually pretty fun. I always love, like, spacey, glowy eyes and all that kind of stuff. So this one actually came out really nice. I was actually really happy with this one. So I'll actually keep those open on this side in case anyone asks how those turned out. So let's see here. Good morning. What's up? Good morning. Good morning to you, good day, good evening, happy time zone, wherever you may be. Wherever you may be. So I always get confused because when I do this, I was trying to have, like, the reference image right outside the box. Always gets me a little messed up because I'm not as used to that part. So let's see. So the face detail, it's always interesting when I work off these bases with the way everything is cut up. And then I usually work in like, I don't know, I kind of work however. So let's see. That's fine. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter so much right now. My gosh. I forgot I left all these brushes in like huge sizes. Because of like other projects. Because like when I work on thumbnails, like I'm just working, you know, doing like borders or big areas at a time. So all these things are just kind of all over the place. I always forget about that. Oh my god, computer, please. Computer, please. I beg of you. I beg. Coco's avatar is super duper cute. And it's one of like the newer hairstyles too, which I really, really like. The thing is too is that I really like the eye style they have, so I have to see if maybe there's a way I can like I don't know, throw it in some way, you know? See if there's like an idea of how to throw it in there somehow, you know? Alright, let's see. How did I manage that? I don't know how it keeps like doing that. With going back to the other window. My programs are betraying me. But yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how many folks might be like checking out Thor. I unlocked him, you know, because, you know, especially because he is kind of like limited time. So I want to make sure like I have Thor unlocked on my main at the very least. You know, kind of check him out and everything. I don't really know if I'm going to be like building it. Probably not myself, especially since, you know, I just don't have the extra runes, you know, and I'm not too sure if maybe I might be interested in one of the other ones popping up soon. I do really like Fenrir. I'm not sure if I'll build him, but he does interest me. He does interest me. Like I said, you know, I've said a few times, I really like his burst potential in particular. For Fenrir. That's why I was actually like I said at the start stream, I was actually pretty excited to kind of check him out again, because I really liked his burst potential, and I was really curious to see how they had changed some of it. You know, possibly with some of the changes. So, you know, before they had kind of hard focused him into water, and it seems like they're being a little more lenient about it. So I was kind of curious, like how lenient, how strong is he like without water now? I saw a video that I wasn't sure if it was on CBT or CN, because Fenrir did hit CN actually last week. I'm not too sure on the like opinions there, you know, but I did see a video that I think was from CN, and it looked like the party on Airship had 2 of them, and it looked pretty decent. You know, I think he would be pretty good in PvE for sure. You know, and that's the thing too, is that, you know, not everyone wants things for PvE, of course. A lot of people want things for PvP and are worried about his PvP potential. So that I'm not too sure, because it's, at least for me, it's difficult for me to really imagine his counters, honestly. I'm just not that good with that. I'm not as good with that as others might be. Other folks are much better at, you know, the general PvP meta and imagining that sort of thing. You know, just like when Thor was being in testing, and then Elf was in testing, and people were like, oh my god, Elf is like immediately Thor's counter. And I was like, oh, is it? And I'm like, I guess. Like, it's just like, I'll take your word for it. It's like, I understand the concept. It's because of Thor is very heavily based on, you know, his self buffs and everything. So, you know, I understand the concept and the why, but it's hard to imagine until I see it in action, until, you know, I understand it. It's a lot easier for me to see things, or understand things in PvE. What's up, potato baby Nesi? Little Apex Nesi. I always get a kick out of that because my husband plays Apex. So actually, it's funny because they actually just came out with like a new like little Nesi coffee cup charm. So like our mutual friend was like, "Oh my god, you have to get this," to him. That's actually really cute. I actually won. What was it for? I think it was for Christmas or his birthday. I actually got him the plushie. It's actually a very cute aesthetic they have for the mascot there, honestly. And then they have characters there that are like super into the mascot character, which is very cute. That's what we need. We need like characters that are super into pourings or something. That's an idea. We need like pouring scientists or something. That's what we need. We need like special pouringologist. That would be a fun one. Let's see here. Like, see, if I'm not trying to make my avatar work on the time, I can actually look down and draw on the graphic tab a little more. Ha ha ha, who knew? Yeah, because I was kind of struggling last time with trying to figure out how to hold the graphic tablet last time, because it's a little small and my desk setup isn't really the best here. With everything tech-wise, honestly. So realistically, I should probably have like a stand or something. But we're just holding things. I have a small XP Pen graphic tablet that I had just got for myself actually a couple of months ago. Prior to that, I had an Intuos 2 tablet that I was using. I still have it, like it still works. It's a really old like tablet from Wacom. Still works beautifully, by the way. It's like 25 years old. It's like an ancient tablet. Still works to this day. But it's just not the same. You know, I wanted to try like an actual graphic tablet. So I got this one like on a Black Friday sale, and it works pretty good. You know, it's different. It's nice because like if I'm not on the computer, I can actually like kind of lounge away from the computer. I still can't be too far because it has to be connected like with the wires and stuff. But at least I don't have to be at my computer screen and draw. So it's in that sense, it's actually really nice. So, but yeah, it was kind of a nice budget find. And I would say like if I were to like upgrade, like I would consider at least like the brand, like maybe one of like the higher end ones or something. You know, I've heard good things about some other brands out there, but this one is actually pretty good. It was a pretty good find. So it was pretty nice. Pretty nice. You know, and there's a lot of options these days. Like with even the phone, people use the phone. You can even buy stylus pens for your phone now. Ages back, I used to even just use like apps on the phone or on. I used to have like an old Samsung Note tablet. You know. I don't even. Do they even make the Note anymore? I don't even remember what they make now. I have no idea. I used to have the Samsung Galaxy phone lines, and everything, but I have a Pixel phone now, so I don't even know what Samsung makes anymore. I used to have like all the Galaxy and Note and all that, but now I'm totally out of the loop. I don't know what they make anymore. I gotta change this color. It's hard to see what I'm even doing anymore. Whoops. Gosh. There we go. Did I mess up on OBS? No, okay. Let's see. Since, you know, we're kind of trying to mainly have the face stand out, we just want to make it as cute as possible. That's, you know, which isn't very difficult to do because, you know, we're working with ROM characters and they're all really cute, you know, so that's the easiest part here, honestly. It's always so much fun when you see like everyone's choice of like headwear, hairstyle, and things like that. It's hard to draw in a PC compared to a tablet. Sort of. I mean, when I started drawing, I drew with the mouse, you know, 50 zillion years ago. So I mean, I've done both. I've done it all. Back in my day, you know, we had what was called like the Oe Kake boards or whatever they used to be, where we just used like the mouse and they just had like very basic tools on a browser setup. That was like the early like kind of like little graphic message board thing. way back. I don't even know if they're still like a thing at all. I don't know. But they were a thing for sure. So but yeah, a lot of things I still do on the mouse. Like if I were to grab my mouse, so like if I do the mouse, the only problem with the mouse is that you can't how do you say, you can't control the line very well, and I would say that's the difference. If I were to make the line very thin, so like if I were to do that, so if I do undo, but like if I were to at least like work on the lines, I mean, I can do the same thing. Like this is me with the mouse. The concept is still the same. So like if I were to draw something from scratch, so like I have to do like a flower, so like if I do like the circle and then we do like this, we do the petals, like it's not as refined but it's doable. You know, it just takes practice or knowledge, you know. I mean, it's a mess, but that's fine. You know, it just takes more practice of, you know, and more patience overall, but you know, whatever. It's flower. It's like a flower. It's flower-ish. You know, I still do a lot of work with my mouse. I really don't use, I really only use the tablet for actual drawing like this. When I do thumbnails or I do editing work, I don't really bother picking up the tablet at all, actually. I don't, you know, I'm very used to using the mouse for a lot of stuff. Like, especially like if I'm doing thumbnails and stuff, I don't bother whatsoever. You can do a lot with a mouse. I don't know why it keeps doing that every time I open up this image. Fix this brush though. It's like, wait, now this brush is gonna be too thin if I start using it again. But yeah, I mean, you could do a lot of the same things, honestly, with a mouse. It just takes a lot more time. It's really just a matter of how much time you have. But you can do a lot of the same things. A lot of art, or you can do pixel art, actually. Pixel artists, if you think about it, a lot of them don't really use tablets because it's really just about putting down, you know, dots, almost like a graph paper. I mean, some of them do use tablets now. You know, I would say, you know, things have obviously changed as far as that goes. You know, you can do a lot more now with the programs and take advantage of graphic tablet styles, but 100% unnecessary. You know, it's really all about just grabbing a pen, grabbing paper. And for me, I actually really enjoy traditional art more, actually. You know, you could just pick up a pen, pick up a pencil, and just doodle. You know, you don't have to do digital art whatsoever. I remember... Actually, one of my favorite mediums is actually colored pencils. Oddly enough. Which isn't really even that typical. Actually, don't even think that is very common at all whatsoever. And then also pastels. Pastels I actually used to really like. I tried to get into things like watercolors. I don't like how long they take to dry. I liked gouache. Gouache is sort of like almost like an in-between of acrylic and watercolor. It's a lot more forgiving almost because you can kind of reactivate the colors a bit with more water. It's kind of cool. But I haven't used them in a very long time. I used to do like some local art shows and stuff and more paintings, but it's been a very long time. It's been a very long time. Typically I would do like either watercolor or even ink. Actually, ink I actually really like. So like when so if you're an artist and you might have seen things like Inktober, I actually used to do a lot of that. And if you don't know, actually years ago when I actually started streaming, I actually used to stream art. Very often, actually. That used to be my thing. I actually only streamed art for a while. So I would actually stream my paintings, you know, my work in progress. Originally my YouTube channel actually was just drawing or even unboxing videos. Oddly enough. That was my original content creation once upon a time. So, before all the gaming stuff. Before all the gaming stuff, and then it was Rift and D3 video. A lot of D3 videos, actually. Then I also did Devilian and Tree of Savior. Which I had unlisted some of the Tree of Savior stuff, and I think I had open them up again, just in case there's like people looking for like Tree of Savior stuff, because I feel like the styles are a little similar to like RO stuff, so I thought like, oh, maybe like if someone saw my Tree of Savior stuff, they might be like, oh, hey, what's wrong? You know? My student. A lot of stuff I actually learned. A lot of stuff I just did like DIY. I did used to do a couple of classes, art classes when I was younger, but a lot of stuff you can learn for free these days. A lot of stuff you can learn for free these days, honestly. I have some of my favorite YouTube people. There's actually a lot of cartoonists and a lot of art people on YouTube that you can find these days. It's very easy to like learn so much stuff. A lot, like 99% of things I know I've just learned off YouTube or just Googling, to be honest. I don't actually know anything. I don't actually know a damn thing. I just listen to other people. That's my secret. I just learn off other people and what they know. I just learn from the other masters. But when it comes to art, a lot of it has to do with you know, breaking things down kind of like into shapes and understanding that sort of stuff. And then when it comes to you know, it's like if people have like specific questions, then I can answer that, but I wouldn't know what the hell to I wouldn't know how to make a curriculum, you know. That's for sure. That's why it's fun. Like whenever I put together a guide, sometimes it's like, sometimes I ask myself like, what should go into this guide? Sometimes like what is really necessary to know about this topic, or what is unnecessary? Does a veteran know this? Is this unnecessary? So, you know, it's really interesting when you try to break down like, is this too much information? Is this not enough information? Like, did I mess up? Did I not put enough sometimes? Sometimes it's actually kind of confusing. Sometimes I'll post a video and then literally 5 minutes later I'll be like, oh my god, I forgot that thing. I forgot that one thing, and I'll actually be really angry. I forgot that one tip I knew. I forgot to write it down. I don't believe it. I hate everything. Everything is terrible. The video is ruined. It's not often, but sometimes. It's just frustrating when it's like, oh no. Graphic design is totally different though. Graphic design is totally different. I actually really dislike trying to figure out like graphic design stuff sometimes. Like doing thumbnails is kind of like a pain. That's totally different. Graphic design, logos, that's a totally different beast. 100% different. You know, that's the thing too, is like if you're good at one thing, you know, and it's weird too, because I think certain things are easy to spot. Like I think it's easy to sometimes spot certain things, or certain things need like it's easy for me to spot things sometimes critically with certain topics or certain things, and other things I have no idea. No idea. Like logo and logo design, I am not good at whatsoever. Like I cannot, unless something is like very obviously, like I could, you know, I could be like, oh, I think this doesn't work because XYZ. But if it's not obvious, I have no idea why it's not working. that is a totally different beast. Design and graphic design is very, very different. You know, like social media, all that kind of stuff. Forget it. And then you know, things like art and illustration though, it's actually very easy for me to spot things offhand. I remember actually I was helping my friend once. My friend, she was working on a YouTube thumbnail. She posted a thumbnail and I said your lines are crooked. And she was like, I don't even know how you spotted that. Like, it was just very random. It was very random, but it's just like just very minor things sometimes. I could just catch it. And it, you know, but I don't know. It was just a funny thing. It was just kind of a funny thing that I was able to catch. But other things I cannot spot at all whatsoever. You know, so I do, you know, I can always help give advice with certain things or be critical, but if people ask, otherwise I do not, you know, I'm not gonna go out of my way to how would you say, like, criticize or give advice, you know, especially if people don't ask for it. I've given, you know, because especially like I've had a lot of friends that you know, I try to help or I give advice, and either sometimes they apply it or don't apply it, but you know, I'm not going to keep nagging you what you should or shouldn't do. It's up to you to implement changes, try new things, you know. It's up to you. The power is in your hands. Like with videos, it's always interesting to me, like with videos, especially like I know where like some of my shortcomings are, like YouTube wise. Like when people ask me about like certain topics or making certain topic videos and stuff, and so, you know, but the thing is, like, sometimes I'm just not motivated, and if I'm not motivated, I know it's gonna come through in the video. Like, I know 100%. So that's why I really only tackle topics, or I just make videos with things that that I know I'm gonna either have fun with it, or at least I know it's a topic that that I just want to tackle, you know. Like recently I've been trying to figure out, I've been wanting to do some kind of farming related video, and I keep rolling it over in my mind, either the topic or the class or the map. And the real problem is that it's the lack of motivation. You know, until I really want to put it together, it's not going to happen. So I mean, I always have like a couple of ideas like all the time, but the real problem is just putting it together at the end of the day. You know, I really just have to get it together, as one might say.
It's like, Ness, you gotta get it together, man. Like, I don't know what you're doing, but you gotta get it together.
Okay, so let me see. Adding a little color here because I'm a little tired of lack of color. What's really nice with Clip Studio is how you can clip the layers like this and just kind of color a section like this at a time. And it works really well for like, what's it called? The highlights or shadows and things like that. Collab? Not necessarily. I mean, it's funny because, you know, some people say, like, you know, you should do this or that. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the times it's really just a matter of if someone gives me the information, yeah, I can make a video of it, but then no one puts it together for me, and then I have nothing to work off of. So that happens a lot. You know, because if I don't have the, you know, 10 billion zenny of gear or this and that to work, you know, how am I supposed to make a video with that kind of stuff? Like, come on.
I can't make a guide for everything, I'm sorry. That's just not possible. That's not happening.
It's just funny. All right. Sorry, like skipping YouTube chat. What's up, Paul? What's up, Derek? What app? I'm using Clip Studio. Sorry. I got involved in my rambling. You know what it is that I usually have my side Chromebook to show me the YouTube chat, and apparently it was at like 1%. I don't know. I don't even keep it on. I don't know